Good morning. So it's about 6:30. I've probably been up since about 4:30, but it was just pitch black. Um, about 5:30, I got up and got my food bag, and right now I'm just having my second coffee. Um, my first one was I got some of that Medaglia d'Oro to try. Because I was at Walmart getting some things, and then I saw that's the first place I ever saw that had it, the instant coffee. They had like little jars of it, and they were only like $2. um, so the only downside is you have to scoop it all out into a bag or whatever. I kind of like the packets; it's just a little cleaner for me. So I tried that, and yeah, I think the Medaglia d'Oro and the Cafe Bustelo is, in my opinion, tied for first. I don't like Starbucks. Tastes like it's burnt. Um, so, and then this one, my second coffee is a packet of Cafe Bustelo, and then a packet of the what is this? The Lando Lakes hot chocolate, but it's the French vanilla flavor. So there you have it. And I had some coffee cakes. Yeah. So I slept in this North by North hood buff, and yeah, it kept me real warm. It was cold last night. Um, I was kind of even almost doubting that I brought my summer quilts because it's not really summer anymore. It's like right in between the end of summer, fall, and it was probably, I don't know exactly, but I know when I looked at the weather forecast, judging on that, it was probably about 52 degrees last night. Um, but this top quilt kept me real warm, so um, $100 for that Aegis Max. Great summer quilt. Um, although, if I do any more hiking this year, I won't be using this anymore. I'm definitely switched to my colder stuff. So, yeah, my only problem this morning is my Columbia shirt did not dry out. So that's going to be a wake-up call throwing that thing on. It's just mucky, damp, and cold, that freaking shirt. So my shorts dried out, but I didn't fall asleep right away. And I was laying here last night just so happy for myself that I actually packed like a dry shirt and these like spandex pants, because that made a big difference. So, but yeah, the creeks right here. So the problem yesterday was on map one, the campsite at 11.33. That's the best campsite on map one. Um, about 20 minutes before that, it was about 4:30, I think, and I took a small break. Oh yeah, because before that there was another brook, and that site was a little bit more like this one here. And I stopped there for water. I dropped my pack, and I was like, man, I need some water. So I drank about a liter of water, and then I mixed up an energy drink because I was like, I was starting to feel, kind of crappy. And I was like, man, I need an energy drink. So I mixed one of them up, and I just, I was at that point, I was carrying 2 liters. I figured I stopped for water, and I didn't know, what was ahead of me as far as water. Because some of the ones in the book, there was one that was dry that said, like potential water source. So, so anyway, I mixed up this energy drink, and then probably, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so later, or 40 minutes later, was when I got to that campsite at 11.33. And that campsite was freaking awesome. But I just had an energy drink, and I was standing there like, son of a bitch, because I was just wide awake, right? And I was like, well, uh, I need to, I had to keep going because I felt good, and I was like, man, if I'm like, I probably wouldn't have been able to get to sleep right because I just had that energy drink like late in the day. So anyway, that's when I kept coming here. So if you ever hike this trail, the two on map one, the two campsites would be 11.33, and this one here is a decent one. It's 13.83, and that's campsites with water. So this one here, there's maybe like a spot or two where you can slide a tent in, but this is like ideal for hammock. And as far as the tents go, probably have to like clear some crap out of the way. But this is a great hammock trail though. Up on the ridges, there's like some tent sites that were, opened up with like a little fire ring or whatever. And those weren't too bad, but you got to hike water into them. So, but anyway, gonna finish this and start getting packed up and throw on my cold shirt and hit the trail. And we'll see what I can get done today. I know after I should be running into a couple waterfalls today. I think the first one is like a side trail, and I'll have to look at the book. There's so many falls on this trail that first one's kind of like off trail. So if it's too far off, then I might just keep going, because then the next one, there's like, I think 2 or 3 within like a mile of each other. So, I'm just going to play it by ear. I had some great views yesterday, and I know I'm going to be hitting some falls right on the trail today. So if I miss one because it's too far off trail, I'm not too worried about it. But so far I've been having fun here. It was real quiet last night. Good night of sleep. So we'll catch you later. Looks like I should have probably like 8 miles by lunch. Right now I'm creeping around 7. So this morning I came out of the campsite and kind of followed that creek, and then like on kind of like a sort of like a Forest Service road that was kind of trail too, and then a pretty big descent off the mountain, and that was a tricky one because it was a lot of rocks, but it was a lot of grass growing up through the rocks, so you had to be careful where you stepped, and because you couldn't see all the rocks. I saw a ton of deer, and then after that it turned into like a gravel road walk, and that went on for a couple miles, which takes you to the highest point of the trail, and there was some really cool views along the road walk, but it just went on forever, and there was actually about 2 miles of it where there wasn't a blaze. I actually stopped and had to scratch my head a couple times, and then eventually I was just hiking with my guidebook in my hand so that I didn't get turned away from the trail. So apparently on that stretch along the road, probably at one point in time they made it wider, and a bunch of the trees were taken down that had the blazes on it. So that was basically the explanation for that in the book. But yeah, so I found my way and got through all that, and now I'm after the road walk, it kind of takes you back into trail, but it's more like another like a service road trail walk. And so did that for a little bit, and then now I'm just back to regular trail, just kind of slowly descending, and I think pretty soon here I'll be coming up to the next end of the next section. I don't know if it's the third section, and a trail register. So stopped and took a couple breaks. Was kind of getting that diarrhea feeling, and so I took one of those anti-diarrhea tablets, and then also ate a ton of licorice. And the licorice helps with kind of in a way creating the constipation. so I ate half a bag of that, and then it's a little after 11, so probably around 12:30, or at the next decent spot I'll take a break and have some lunch. So, but with the road walks, I mean, I made decent time, so I'm kind of feeling maybe like right on schedule, or could be even a little bit ahead of schedule for whatever my schedule is. I don't even know, but it just felt like I did a good amount so far. So yeah, it's a nice day. It's breezy, sunny, breezy, not very hot at all. It's probably 72 degrees. Did have a little bit of phone service up on the road back there, so I was able to send out some text messages, that kind of thing. So yeah, so far it's been a pretty nice day, and we'll see what's up ahead. So here's the logbooks, name, group, and I just put what a road walk. So starting the next section, got a nice little creek here,
And there's the pipe for the thingy. Looks like about 1.5 miles to the first falls. I think it's 0.3 off trail, and it's supposed to be the biggest one, the tallest one. So probably definitely going to do that one. So let me get back at it. I'm on the Blue Blaze to Angel Falls. I think I'll be there shortly. I think I can hear the water. It's tough to see this one because all the trees in the way. That's really cool though. This is steep over here. This is like a straight drop off. I think I can get over here on like basically right on top of it. Oh, oh wow. Oh wow. That is like straight down. Nice view over that way. Holy crap. So I didn't think the Angel Falls was all that exciting, but also considering that in the spring it's probably like raging with water. The book said 0.3, but it was more than that. It was probably 0.4, maybe even close to 0.5. Although the trail apparently used to run through there. I saw some retro blazes, and they had some signs up there, you know, that no camping around that area, no rock climbing, no a lot of stuff. I guess that little spot has been overused, which they mentioned that in the sign. So yeah, I checked it out, and my plan was that if it was awesome, I would hang out there for my lunch break. But since that was like a 0.5, 0.4, I checked it out, and then I came back to the trail, walked up a little bit, and found this stream. There's a little creek right here, so I just stopped and had some lunch there. Where the heck am I going? Oh, okay, there's a tree in the way. The trail's closed off, baby. Gotta go the roundabout way. Anyway, I just hung out by that creek, had some lunch, and brought my legs up for about 15 minutes. Had an energy drink, all that kind of stuff. So I've done close to 10 so far for the first half of the day. It's 1:30, so that was kind of a late lunch. But so it's 1:30, and we'll see how the rest of this day goes. You know, I think I'm at mile I'm right around mile 24, getting close to, I think, mile 24, so that's about 10 miles for the day. So I should be able to, get 6 in. I'm going to be working my way closer to some of these other falls. There's going to be a cluster of them, I think, coming up around mile 28 and to 30, somewhere in there. And I think the one said maybe it's like 100 yards off trail, so that's a little more doable. I hate those long blue blazes. Like if you're on the AT, you can go back to a shelter and it's like 0.4. Screw that. I'm like a 0.2 kind of guy. If it's more than 0.2, I start to wonder. It's just, unless if it's 0.3 or 0.4 and I'm going there to spend the night. But other than that, long blue blazes aren't my thing. So anyway, it's still a nice day. So just the general people that I've seen on the trail. Yesterday I saw one person, and that was in the first couple miles with some girl, and I think she did an out and back overnight. Her car was parked down to the main trailhead. Just said hi, briefly spoke for a second. Then today, I just seen some cars on the road, but as far as hikers, I just saw 3 guys that were basically coming down from the falls. They had backpacks, so they might have camped, overnight and then was coming back today. But so far, that's all I've seen as far as hikers. So yeah, it's been, pretty quiet, and have the trail to yourself, and a whole bunch of deer that you can't get pictures of deer in PA because they're so skittish. It's not like in Virginia when they walk right up to you. So, but no, that's about it for now. Just gonna keep moving forward and see what's gonna come up next. Just doing a short blue blaze here, probably 50 yards it looks like. And this is Kettle Creek Vista. So we'll see how this looks. Okay. We're coming this way. Oh, wow. Ooh. Okay. Rock hopping. Look at that. Awesome. Such a nice breeze, nice day. That's awesome. That's just cool. Here's a quick shot of trail. Just riding this ridge. It's pretty nice. All in all, I think this trail's really laid out good. Some of the spots are, maybe a little overgrown or rocky with moss, but I would say the higher percentage of the trail is kind of like this. And it's pretty nice. So starting the descend, and then I think we're gonna go up another one soon. So that last view was real nice, the Kettle Creek vista. So I think it's a little after 2 o'clock and just trucking on. It's a nice cool day. Nice walk in the woods. This trail is more of your real wilderness experience. You know, there's no shelters. There's you just go and get your water from the creeks, and there's a lot of them. There's no pipe springs or anything like that. So right here we're at mile 25. So there we have it. Getting close to the halfway point. I should maybe even hit that today. Look at that. That's awesome. I could hang my hammock from them 2 trees there. Wow. So cool. Look at that. Nice. Okay. So it looks like this comes around as I'm coming down the trail. Yeah, look at that. That is sweet. All right, I gotta watch I don't. Oh, let me come around this side. Oh, this is sketchy. Ugh. Look at that. That is freaking awesome. It's like a cave. Hang on a sec. Come down here and I'll walk up to it closer. That is awesome. It just doesn't stop. There's another awesome one. Man, this is awesome. This trail freaking rocks. Look at that. That's awesome. There's so many of these, and there's like a ton of little ones because you just keep crossing over this creek. I love it. Oh man, that was awesome. That little section there. Hey, just reached mile 28. It's about 4 o'clock. Right now I'm throwing on the afterburners. Climbed up out of that little waterfall area. Oh man, that was awesome. There was a lot more. I just didn't video all of them. I got pictures of most of them. You know, go see them all for yourself, because this trail's great. So mile 28, that's 14 for the day. I just passed Mary's View. There was just like a small little access trail to just get out to the edge, but it was all grown in, so I just after them waterfalls, I mean, I've seen enough views on this trail so far. I'm good for the day. To do all that work today to walk that whole waterfall bed down there was freaking sweet. I probably would have skipped that Angels Falls. You know, I mean, it just wasn't as nice as what I thought. Partially because it's late in the season, probably just not because there's not a lot of water. Had I known that, I would have just skipped it to, you know, gain that half hour or so to get up to those other ones and hang out a little bit more. But yeah, that was so cool. So 29 point something or other. 29.61 is halfway. So we're gonna hit that today. And then at this point, it's just a little after 4. I'd like to try to find something decent before 6 o'clock today. You know, just, you know, yesterday I started camp at, you know, got there around 6 or a little after, and yeah, you know, the darkness starts creeping up, and you know, then it just kind of gets annoying when you're trying to shuffle stuff around and cook. So I'm going from 4 to 5, and then I think 5 o'clock is when I'm going to start seriously looking and hopefully be pulled over somewhere at 5:15 or something like that. So we'll see how that all goes. But you know, still sunlight. It was really dark down in those falls because it was just way down in there, and it was just dark and cold, but it was so cool. And then it wasn't until I climbed up out of it, and now I think I'm just kind of riding along the outside of this mountain, kind of on the ridge. You know, I can see there's a lot more daylight creeping through, so you know, we're still good in that respect. But I'd like to just get a little further up the trail. Had a lot of dilly-dallying today and breaks, and that blue blaze threw me off. But yeah, having fun. So we'll see where we end up. Boy, I shot my time limit. I always do. It's 6:20, and so when I was nearing the halfway point, that was at the base of High Knob, and there's, I don't know, a good half-mile stretch there before it went up the mountain, and closer to the road and where you signed the logbook, there was maybe like a little campsite, but it was I don't know. I just kept on going because it was I still had like an hour or whatever. Well, going through that stretch, it was all marshy and there was nowhere to camp. I mean, it was all nettles. And so I climbed up the high knob, and that was a mother. Okay, that climb was steep. It was like 5 switchbacks, and it was crazy. So the last part that I just came through, there was like a little bit of water, but like just not any good campsites. And looking in the book, so I'm up on a ridge right now, and pretty soon here, I'm almost to mile 33. And in the book, it says I'll descend should be a gradual one, and 34.16 mentions about some water in a campsite. So that's where I'm shooting for. I kind of wanted to be eating supper right now, sitting at my hammock, but it's okay. It's a nice evening. It's not hot, even though I'm sweating. And I got some of them climbs out of the way. That high knob had an overlook. You come up to like a road, like a real road on top of the mountain, and it says turn left and walk 0.3 for like a day hiker parking lot and a view. I just kept going. There just didn't seem like there was much going on up there. And so anyway, I'm coming down the last mile. I stopped back there a little ways before that. I just had a 300-foot climb up to get up here, so I didn't know how it was going to be, or if I was going to pull off up here somewhere. So I filled up with some water just in case, and I need it anyway. So we'll see. Still got a little bit of daylight, and I'm pushing for that. Basically about 1.25 mile at this point. See what happens. I'm on some really easy trail right now, so and I'm doing a gradual descend, so should be hopefully pretty decent. I just went through these huge boulders. They were really cool. It was a pretty cool thing to do at the end of the day. So just a lot of cool things here. I'm gonna put my phone away because that last mile is when you roll an ankle. So catch you later. Just got here getting the hammock set up. There's the view from the hammock. I'll be looking right up on that. Awesome campsite.
I'm just laying here in my hammock. It was a long day. This is a great hammock site. I realized right up over this bank over here, there's a fire pit. Yeah, this is a nice little site. So I had got everything set up and had some Mountain House beef stew, and that was good. Got all my chores done, got the bear bag hung. So yeah, it's nice being able to hear the water flow like that. Way better than last night's campsite. So kind of glad I did the extra. So it is what it is. But so it's been a long day. It's basically just a touch over 20 miles. I think that I'm in pretty good shape for tomorrow to get to a lot of the decent stuff. That's why I didn't mind pushing on a little bit more, just because some of that trail was just, just regular trail. There was a lot of the stuff I hit during the middle, towards the end of the day, and then that last couple miles was, nothing all that great. So, till I got down to here. So it's pretty cool. So I think tomorrow I'll be getting a little bit closer to World's End State Park, and some more falls and some views there. And so I didn't even check the books. I'll do that in the morning. So I don't know if I'll be up and out early, or we'll just see how it goes. See how I feel in the morning. See how I sleep. So, but that's it for. I guess that was day 2. Yeah, day 2. So yeah, it was a good day.